We're gonna go around and state everybody's name and what group you're from. You want to start, Barb?
Yeah. Start. Hello, everybody. Welcome. I am Mrs. Old Bear of Old Bear's Did a Bigfoot. It's good to have you guys. And just a FYI, a couple of years ago, I saw babies running around straight back there in that little area where it's real brushy back there. Saw 3 little babies, and it was great. Thank you.
You want to go next, Bud? You want to go next?
Yeah, go next.
Say who you are at least. What's your name?
Neil.
That's Neil.
With Old Bear's Did a Bigfoot.
Hey, Baldy.
Your turn.
Oh, I'm Grizzly with Bigfoot Outlaw. I'll be filming this weekend, taking a bunch of pictures. So if you don't want to be involved, let me know so I can exclude you. If not, we're going to have fun. Mary, you know me. Never a dull moment, I guess, everybody. So, yeah. Don't even get me going. And I got the chicken, so nobody's going to play a chicken joke on me.
Hey, I can still go to the Dollar Tree.
I'm Kurt. I'm with the Ohio Bigfoot Researchers.
Yeah.
I'm Chad. I'm new. This is my first week.
Hey,
Chad?
honey, turn the generator off. Generator. Turn red button.
Discussion and opinions on everything. Definitely a believer. Thank you. I'm from Indiana and I belong to that group. I thought I'd come out here and see what you people are all about. Cool.
You didn't know what you signed up for, did you?
I'm Elizabeth, Monroe County Bigfoot. I'm Amy from Monroe County for Monroe County Bigfoot enthusiasts.
I'm Jack Warren, and I belong to the Coshocton County Bigfoot Group. I'm one of the original founding members, and I'm here to support my fellow researcher Josh and my good buddy over there, Old Bear. And I'm not a believer because people can believe in anything. I'm a knower.
Okay, and to know, this is my second trip out here. I'm learning a lot. Not real smart, but I'm learning a lot. I'm Southeast Ohio.
I'm Trina from Hillsborough, Ohio, and it's my second time being here, and I'm with all of them. Oh, sorry, and I now go by Dr. Trina.
And I'm Dr. Renee from Ohio Bigfoot Researchers.
I'm Tim Gayhart, co-founder of Ohio Bigfoot Researchers, and we've been coming to these campouts since 2021, and that's when we had our first encounter with full-body Bigfoot.
I'm Paul. I've just been to a few meetings and just kind of started. Had an interest for a long time. Checking things out. Oh my gosh.
Back in the back.
Go ahead.
You think I'm an undercover
All you gotta
Sasquatch?
do. I'm Chris.
Thanks, Chris. Welcome.
Welcome. Go ahead, Cliff. And that's Cliff, in case you didn't hear. Go ahead.
Hi, I'm Natalie. Not with the group, but have been invited by Barb.
Yes, you are.
I'm with Old Bear. Really excited to be here. Looking forward to it.
Mary Fabian. I'm the founder of Pennsylvania Bigfoot Project, and I'm a knower also.
I'm Mary with Neil. Old Bear invited us. This is our first time here, but I've experienced with Bigfoot since I was little. And they like chasing us around there.
You're still.
I'm Joshua Inslee. I'm the founder of Buckeye Cryptid Society of Bigfoot Research. I have been investigating for 7 years.
Well, if you don't know me, I'm the old bear. I've been doing this for 40 years, chasing Bigfoot across probably about 7 different states. And it's fun to me. And if you follow me and you get scared, don't run, please. Because then I have to step in the middle and it ain't no fun. So it's up to you, Josh.
Well, we didn't do Gwen.
I was trying to get out of it.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. Come here. Come here, young lady. Come on, daughter, I didn't want to adopt.
I am their adopted daughter that they didn't ask for. And they invited me here. I also own Got Knockers. And after this weekend, I'm a doctor. Dr. Gwen. Dr. Gwen.
Thank you, Josh,
Yes.
and thank you, Old Bear.
Instead of Dr. Quinn, it's
Anything.
Dr. Gwen.
All right. I want to start off. I do want to make an announcement. And I have been doing a lot of research. I've talked to Bear. I've also taken reports. And this may change a lot of how we look at Bigfooting. If a lot of people research, Native Americans used to bury their dead in the water. And I have gotten reports where we have Bigfoot been seen carrying dead bodies in the water, but they're not coming out with them. So I want to get my diver certification and go under, and I'm not really going to mess with their burial site, but kind of drill a hole with a needle to extract DNA to more open up. You know, we got a lot of skeptics that say we're not finding bodies, Well, if there were around bodies of water and we're not finding mounds or different things, then where are we burying them? Well, that chance could be in water, and it would be a new stretch that nobody's went to yet. I know it may be dangerous, but it'll open up a whole new possibility to Bigfooting. Now, I hate to say this, next year I will be taking a break from Bigfooting due to my schooling got extended and some other things going on. But when I come back, I plan on coming back, and I hope everybody here will join me again at a camp out. And I hope to further be able to help everybody's knowledge expand. You guys help my knowledge expand, and just have the fun weekends with all my friends and people I consider family, and just have a good time. And that. Other than that, let's go around and start. What kind of sightings or experiences has everybody had here? I want to hear what everybody's had, and if you're new to this, please speak up. We do have some safety stuff we would like to talk about. Nothing bad. We just want to make you aware of some of the possibilities and just make everybody aware of what could happen. Okay? All right, Gwen, you want to start?
Oh, now I go first.
Well, you went last time, so I figured we'd start with you.
Hey, I already gave mine.
I have been researching Bigfoot since February of 2021 after my very first sighting. Where I live, I have a couple of Bigfoot that frequent the woods surrounding our property. We get rocks thrown at us. We get tree breaks. I get gifted things. And I travel all over the eastern seaboard and now the UK hunting for Bigfoot.
That one for sale over there.
Mm-hmm.
I did not see you.
Hello. Yes, Dr. Gwen Medicine Woman.
Neil, you got anything? Okay.
My name's Thomas. I've been investigating cryptids for 20 years now. I've investigated them in 4 different states. My most profound sightings have happened in the state of Kentucky, but now I live in northwest, west central Indiana, and I investigate in southern Indiana.
Chris,
Your turn.
anything?
I'm Bigfoot Outlaw, retired captain detective. Got hurt in 2019. I've been doing this for a long time. And I travel and go to these functions and meet people and film, do podcasts. They do exist. I've seen them. That's crazy. Very interesting. There's other things out there in the woods that exist too that people do not believe in. Isn't that true? So, but yeah, it's fun. Mary knows me. Gwen, Old Bear. I mean, everybody knows me. But if you have stories or an encounter you want to talk about, I want to film you, put you on my show. So think about it. Thank you. I'm surprised I didn't hear a chicken.
You have it over there on the table.
Go ahead, Dad.
I'll do one,
Do
Bruce.
you have any?
I do not. Yeah, I'll comment. Alan Miller, I've spent most of my life hunting and singing tree stands, and you know, not that would necessarily be, you know, a way, you know, depending on the area. I understand. I live in the woods now. I live on the edge of a significant amount of woods, but I think I've kind of thought about this and wondered if the lower number of population of people, you know, compared to the higher number of land, you know what I mean, would keep you from being able to see them, or else. I mean, I don't think I think it's completely ignorant to think that it's to deny, you know, it. And so I'm just saying that, yeah, I never have experienced it, but I know that, you know, that's why I'm here. I just want to. It's interesting. Yeah, the water theory was fantastic too, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Rick, do you have any?
I have a few. I've been in this thing for about 30 years. And my first encounter, I was deer hunting. And down in southern Indiana, close to French Lick, I have a small farm. And I just happened to look, I'd stay in my stand all day long and take naps or whatever. I just happened to look over left to me on a finger coming off the ridge, and there was a female and a young male that was probably about 3 foot walking up that finger. And I watched it for a few minutes, and then they vanished into the brush, I'm thinking. And on our outings, we have a lot of different people on Indiana Bigfoot. Leroy now, he's the head administrator. Well, last fall, he had a niece, and she's of mine. And we're having our group outing, and you all do a pitch in, and sit around the fire like we're doing here. And Leroy's up talking, and then while he's talking, she's writing things down. Bigfoots are communicating. I don't have the list with me, but a few of them
The short bus is here. It's time to go to school. Only if I can lick the windows.
Part of the reason why they smell so
Couldn't pass that up. That was good.
Yeah, I can't be on the short bus. I'm too tall.
most of the body is more like
She's such a bitch. I would totally get her back.
That's why they smell like that. We had quite a few sightings.
You're evil.
That was great.
Greg Yost,
God, I hurt you.
him and I investigate a lot. We have a lot of encounters.
Yeah, Greg's pretty wild. His house portion known pretty well. And he eats some donuts.
It does.
We feed him a lot of different.
Yeah, right.
You know, he's a good interpreter of Bigfoot.
Yes, he is.
Bigfoot's gonna be using my chapstick because I lost it in the
Try
woods.
going on, I'll let somebody else.
It's gonna have moist
How do you know
lips.
about the skin thing? The double skin thing, how do you know about that?
We've got hair samples. And towards the end of September, the Indiana Bigfoot Group is throwing a seminar. They have a bunch of speakers and stuff coming in. And that's going to be in Nashville, Indiana. It's a 2-day deal. There'll be a lot of vendors and a lot of good speakers. So we have hair samples, castings, all kinds of stuff.
No, got nothing. Well, I've seen them twice. I've had many times that I was followed through the woods, being the groups I go out with, a couple guys. I think 1 or 2 times we've had probably more than 12 people, but it's usually just like 3 or 4 of us. And here at the park, I had about a 30-pound rock thrown at me when I was following a trackway in the bottom of a creek in a ravine, and that was at Hosak's Caves. And I heard 2 heavy footfall through the woods. It was close because I heard them, the crunching of the leaves, and I did not see nothing. And it wasn't no heavy brush. It was just, you look up on that hillside, all it is old mature trees and rocks. And I had 2 sightings. I had one at night with Coshocton County Bigfoot Group. A creature was walking through a cornfield away from us on private property. We had permission to be there. And my buddy Jay just bought a brand new SD card, but he left it in his wife's car. And the SD card that was in the night vision that we got it on was full, so we couldn't get a picture of it. But I did see it about here, just below the shoulders up, and the corn was a good 7 foot tall, and this thing was 2.5 foot above that. Massive, walking away from us. And a lot of people said, well, why didn't you go and look for prints or try to follow it? Well, because we respect the owner letting us in on this property, and if we would have went running through this cornfield, number one, we would have gotten lost. And if anybody has any doubt about this cornfield, drive up a 77 into Coshocton down 36 going west, and this cornfield goes on, and I'm not exaggerating, for 20 miles. Easy, 20 miles. It follows the river. It's some of it's co-op and some of it's owned by this private farmer. And the second sighting I had was a little one. Same place, a place called the Monkey Farm. I walked away from a couple guys, and I was looking at the river because I love water. They need water. You're going to find your evidence by a waterway, if you find any, if you're lucky. Well, I was down there looking, I didn't see anything, and as I was coming up, there's 5 barns up on top of the hill by the farm, and he raises chickens up there. And there's a patch of woods here, and then there's a mowed area, and then there's another patch of woods. And this thing come walking out of the woods I would say I was probably 300-400 yards from it. It was only like maybe 5 foot tall, and it walked out, stooped down, and was watching me, and I was watching it. And I left everything I had in the car, because I just was going to walk around. And I'm watching it, and it was in the fall. Thing got up, walked back into the woods, and this is on the side of a hill like this. And it come walking down the woods like this, and then it stooped down, and where it stooped down, it was black, jet black. There was 3 more black figures where it stooped down at. I'm not saying that they were 4 of them there, but they were the same size and same color as this thing is. And the reason we get a lot of action and a lot of sightings there is the chicken farmer. There's a railroad track that runs through there in a hill. The chicken farmer throws his dead chickens on the side of the hill in one spot. And all the logs and roots that they clear from the land and create more farmland gets dumped there too. And I don't have my phone with me, and I don't know if I can bring any up, but sometimes those logs and trees, part of the trees, there's probably 7 or 8 of these critters that you can see. They're definitely something. They're not the clearest pictures. Because Jay takes these pictures, he's probably 500-600 yards away from them. So you know what that is. And then you got the heat coming up through the field. Because cornfields and soybean, they're hot. So you got that wave coming up, and it kind of distorts the pictures too. But you can definitely see. And he also has video of them at a river getting drinks of water, passing a baby around. It's pretty neat. He's got some really good evidence. So that's, other than the largest footprint I ever found, possible footprint, I'm saying that because there weren't definite toes, but they were definitely a footprint. We casted them. I used all the hydrocal I had to cast the 2, a right and a left. The trackway, the stride was 96 inches, and they were 23 3/4 inch footprints. The largest footprint I found with toes was 22 inches, and that was in Woodbury, a real well-known spot for Bigfoot activity, sightings. But that's about it, and I've been doing this for probably 9 years.
What you doing?
Cool. He's got a couple pictures of the baby.
Filming? Ready? And action. You're live.
Me?
Yeah.
I've never seen one.
No, but what did you hear last time we were down?
I got a recording.
Of what up?
You guys said it was a dog man.
And how'd you come across that recording?
A buddy of mine called and he wanted to know if I'd come and see if I could make out what it was. And we sat quite a while in the truck, just listening with the truck shut off. When the battery was just about dead, we got it.
Ladies and gentlemen, when we were down here last time, he brought a recording, and I was sitting next to Old Bear, and he brought it up to him, and he's like, Grizzly, what is this? And it sure anyhow was a Godzilla. I haven't heard that in about 3 or 4 years, isn't that right, Old Bear?
Oh, yeah.
So I brought it to Old Bear, and I was like, what do you think about this, Old Bear? What'd you say?
Well, that's definitely not, that's not a Bigfoot, and I said that somebody else can deal with those.
I'd like to hear that.
Yeah, I've got it, if you don't mind me playing it later. I tell you what, it's I haven't heard that in, like I said, 3 or 4 years. And when I heard it, it actually scared the hell out of me. I was in down in the Smoky Mountains when I heard it. And when you hear it, it will literally rattle your cage. And I mean, you hear things off the internet, people claim it's dog man or dog sounds. Nah, he's got the real deal. And the way it echoed through the valley, it's like, I mean, he caught it off his cell phone. And he doesn't know anything about electronics, or I mean, he was just like, the neighbors were terrorized. They didn't know what was going on because they heard this thing going on. And they called him down there, and he accidentally captured it, and he didn't know what it was. And I was like, yeah, that's pretty legit. So it's interesting.
There's a recording.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
It sounds. It's nicknamed the T-Rex call.
That's exactly what it sounds like.
Okay, yeah,
Exactly
I may
what it
have
sounds
a copy
like.
of, now this one was taken in Alabama, about 15 years ago or so.
Oh yeah, I'll play it for you once I make my rounds.
I'd like to hear it.
That's pretty wild. All right, ready and action.
Hello everyone, everyone on YouTube knows who I am. I'm Tim Gayhart from Know-How Bigfoot Researchers. And we thank everyone for coming out, and we thank Josh and Big Bear, Old Bear, for having this camp out and everyone getting here to share their encounter stories. We've had quite a few encounter stories down here at Salt Fork. It's a pretty hot spot. And you're going to have more chances of seeing one in an active area like this than you would anywhere else. So if you're into looking for them or investigating and trying to learn more knowledge, you need to come out to one of these campouts and enjoy the people and enjoy everything that's being done around you. That's all I have to say.
I got nothing. I don't. I really don't. No sounds, no nothing.
No sightings.
Just watch Spock.
Well, I'm just going to leave the camera on Mary and just let her talk, so have at it.
I don't know. I don't know nothing.
Okay, Sergeant Schultz.
Yeah, I know nothing. I've seen 5 Bigfoot. One of them I've seen 3 times. This is over a period of about 50 years. And I've been actively investigating, researching for about 20 years. And I've encountered God knows how many, and been screamed at, roared at, growled at, rocks and tree limbs and bluff charged, and I've had some fun times, and that's what it is. I enjoy learning about them, but I'm having doggone fun.
And what's your podcast called?
It's on my YouTube channel, Pennsylvania Bigfoot Project, the Monkey Wench podcast.
There you go. Awesome. And you guys check her out. She's awesome. You get front row seat now. Look at this. This is awesome. You're not showering, are you?
Sometimes.
Don't be shy around me. I don't bite. I promise.
I've never had any encounters, but I believe.
All right, so ready and action. Who are you and what do you believe in?
Christina, more what? I believe in Bigfoot.
All right. Glad to have you. Welcome.
Thank you.
For the ride. You better buckle up. So I got visited last night, so we're going to talk about that later. And I did scream like a woman, by the way. I did.
And I missed
That's not a bad way to scream.
I missed it.
You're who?
Melinda from Norwalk.
Oh, okay. And what do you believe in? And how long have you been believing?
Since she's got me started.
And who's she?
My mother.
Mama.
Mama.
So Mama got you into it. So how'd you get involved in it?
I just vaguely remember my parents talking about it when we were younger, and that was in the 70s. Curiosity as a kid, I just started following it. I don't know, as time went on. Anything in there. Be real. And we were in Tennessee. And I'm pretty sure we heard, me and her husband were out on the balcony at our Airbnb, and we heard the rustling around, and then everything just got dead silent. And so I don't know what the hell he was doing, but he made some stupid ass sound. And the next thing we heard was whoop, whoop. And I was,
Yeah, you
every hair stood up. I was like, you hear that?
Chris don't have that problem. His hair don't stand up.
Now they burnt my hair off my legs last time off the fire. So yeah, and you wouldn't believe the story.
Don't get that close.
I wasn't trying to. I couldn't get out of the chair. Thank you. You're good.
Josh, you're up. You're not getting out of this.
I've been seeing these creatures since I was 6 years old. I have seen 30 different ones. I am 30 years old. I decided 7 years ago, I had too many people making fun of friends and everything and me of actually seeing these and everything, and it irritated me. And so I started the group let me say this first. If I take a picture, say of a truck, and all of you know, and you look at that picture, it's a truck, but yet I take a picture of that same truck, but it's all blurry. Can you tell what it is? Or does that leave room for argument if it's distorted? That's why on my group you will see nothing but clear photos if I post them. There's not a lot of posts because of that. But I don't want to leave room for that argument. I also am in college for cryptozoology. I want to take this to a new level and actually take these creatures off of the myth page and bring them on to our actual textbook. As Grizzly said, there are more creatures in these woods than anybody realizes. There's things that, I mean, you walk out, they can follow you home. And it's that easy. Now, I'm going to play a recording of a scream I got. This was not very far off from where I was. That was maybe only 20 yards away from where I was sitting. And that was caught at Woodbury. Yeah. And a lot of people really think how do I word it? That if you're doing this for 7 years or you're younger, that you don't have the experience or that you don't have the knowledge. That's not the case. Your knowledge comes from your experience being in the woods and everything else. And you do, and if you guys are new to this, right? If you are out doing this, you are every day putting your life at risk to do this. You have bears, you have dangerous animals. These creatures are unpredictable. And they do have a temperament, and they can be mean. But just remember, show them respect, and then you will get respect. That's all I got to say on the subject. Well, there you go, Bear. I love this man to death, and he is correct. And I want to give a word of caution. Even if you think you're in this camp, I can gladly say this trail right back here, and this is how much easy it is for one to be a little mad. Amy Copeland thought she lost her cow. Well, I thought they hung it back there and it was maybe just playing a joke. I was walking back there and I shined a flashlight and I was shined it this way, and I shined it this way. I got a light huff, but I thought it was a deer. I had a full hand and forearm hit my shoulder, and I went 2 feet in the air across the whole entire trail into a tree. I was dazed, and when I went home that week and I went to the doctor, I had a partial rotator cuff tear. And I barely got shoved, guys. That's how easy it is. And what I did is I mistakenly walked past a young one and did not know it and did not see him. It is that easy. You can mistake something, and it's that easy for them to, hey, you're too close, or hey, you need to back off. Like I said, not like he said too. They're not all mean. I mean, I've had some pretty cool encounters here at this camp. When I very first camped here, I went back in that corner, and you were here, Mary. I had a lit citronella candle sat in front of my tent. Was not from anybody in this camp. And when I was laying in my tent, they pushed their face in my tent, and I sneezed, and I was like, and it crawled around, went around back of the tent, and it brushed the top of my head. Well, every time I camp in this campground, I still get that same thing. I get the top of my head like that, brushed. Even from the first time I ever had my first sighting, that same thing has happened. They brushed the top of my head. Now, I don't know the meaning. I don't know the meaning, but
You sneezed.
It was a bless you.
well, I mean, it happened last night. Last night it smacked the back of my tent, and it normally does to get my attention, and then it just pets my head like, it's okay, I know you're here.
He remembers you.
Yep.
Or she.
Yeah, and it's always been that way. Or they'll whistle. They'll do something to let my attention know they're here. But all we ask is just please, if you get any sort of feeling, get out. And I'm gonna state something else, and Bear can back me up on this. If we are allowed to do our calls, because there's one person that has to be asked for this, we ask everybody here, and please, I repeat that, everybody here, do not record our calls. If you do that call wrong, and I'm going to use mine as an example, I had a buddy that wanted to do my call, and he didn't do it right, and we were not out bigfooting, we just went out.
Wait till you hear it.
He did it wrong. His truck was a 2024 Ford F-150. They flipped it. I had no gun, no knife on me, and they literally, I took everything I could do to convince it to just leave.
Yeah.
And when we went back, that truck was over another side of that ditch, and it was completely destroyed. So, I repeat, if we do our calls, do not record them. Do not try to mimic them. Because if you do not get them right, you are bringing a world of hurt, not only on yourself, but everybody that is around you and everybody in this campground. So please, thank you. And that's all I've got.